What a redneck, never mind. Nipple there. I don't own trailer queens. Now you gotta hold it to the floor, buddy. I gotta use the universal key. Hey, what's up YouTube land? Well, a lot of things have been happening. If you happen to see the other videos, I had the Mustang that I had to fix. I brought my dad's tractor home. Just random crap going on around here, including me breaking off a crown and half a tooth. Stop staring at it. It's making me nervous. Anyway, let me show you what I've been up to. So I'm working on Bonnie. That's right, 67 Buick. A couple things I did get. I did get me a cover for this, the actual cover that goes on it. It'll be here in about a week. Put the timing light on this because it had hard starts when it was really cold, like super hard starts. And then also when you get to the higher RPMs, and I mean this car will actually just absolutely fly for what it is. But when you got to higher RPMs, it was done. It didn't like it no more. So I put the timing light on it. Now I should have filmed this, but I didn't. But there was no advance past like say 22. And I was like, that's impossible. It's got a vacuum canister on it, and that's the vacuum canister right there. But of course, I put my lips to the hose and gave her a suck, and damn, if it didn't hold, it didn't even go back. So yeah, this is bad. Luckily, they have them pretty readily available still. So I called up O'Reilly's, and that's it. That's the actual, they call it an actuator. We all know it's a vacuum advance canister, you know, whatever. And I get people to tell me, you know, block it off, you don't need it, blah blah blah. No, it's points ignition, and again, I'm trying to make this as original as possible. I don't want to go crazy with it. So now let me get to the good part. I know, long-winded, don't care. You either watch it or you don't, right? Yeah. So I have a month to get this car ready for a couple different things. Number one, it's going to No Name Nationals in Sikeston. Number two, me and my oldest son, Skyler, the one that drives that white Mustang, we are taking this sucker on a long trip. So Bonnie here is going to make a 1,500 mile trip to where? Tucson, Arizona. That's right. This car and me and my son are entered in Duct Tape Drags. September 20 whatever to October something, don't care. All I know is it's parties, bonfire, drag racing, car show. I get to meet all you, all that kind of good stuff. The good part, I don't own trailer queens. I took the ambulance trailer queened it to Sikeston last year, but that's because it wasn't ready, licensed and insured. It drove. Bonnie, licensed, insured, and is going to drive to Arizona. That's right, this car, Arizona, both ways is about 1,500-ish miles. So it'll be, by the time we're done, because we're going to do a lot of Route 66 and on the way down, by the time we're done, it's going to be 30 some odd 100 miles probably. Yeah. Now here's what we got to do to get ready for this. I got to get this distributor done. I got to get the transmission cross member in this car. It's in the garage. I got to get the seats redid-ish, just with these seat covers on it. These are the original buckets, and I don't have the time or the money actually to restore these right now, so we're just gonna put some foam in them and cover them up and get them as comfy as possible, as possible. I gotta clean up the back. Then we get to this mess. I've never shown this with the trunk open, and of course, you know, I gotta use the universal key. Yeah, that's one patch. This thing's a mess. It's rotted through right there. We're just going to clean this up, and I'll probably use spray foam just to, you know, I'll put some metal there. Relax. But I'm going to spray foam everything to get it sealed up, just in case we get a torrential downpour, which we're going to the desert, but it'll be the day that they have their, you know, yearly. But I had noticed these stickers whenever I look at that. Look at that old Summit sticker. That's awesome. This is from Springfield. That's from Springfield, Illinois, where this car came from. But yeah, that's some old school stuff, man. Anyway, so that's that. Car's going to Duct Tape Drags, and it's going to drive. I already told Freiberger it was happening, so now I ain't got no choice. Now it has to drive. I'll be down there running around with my buddy Dalton and Buff. You know, Dalton Pole Barn Garage, Buff's from Buff's Garage, and there's a whole bunch of other ones. We'll be there. We'll be there. So anyway, let's get to work on this distributor. I'm doing up here on my workbench. And if you haven't seen the other videos on this, make sure you go back and watch, because this wasn't a workbench. It was more like a mountain fall. Oh, that's right. Don't move. Where'd you go? There you are. Forget. Let's put somewhere that'll go away. Okay, we got a roll pin out. Just hold on to this. This should slide off. Make sure you don't lose your shim. There's a shim there, right there. It's pretty worn too, but we're gonna go with it. Ooh. This thing needs cleaned up anyway. Wow. That sucker has got wear in it, something fierce. Holy crap. Wow. That ain't good. Not good at all. I might have to replace this distributor, y'all. That sucker has got a wear spot in it. That's just ridiculous. That should just slide right out. Holy crap, y'all. Yeah, this came loose, and I can get it with just breaking that loose. But wow, this thing is shot. I'll tell you what, that took some doing. I had to get the old big screwdriver out and smack on it and everything else. She was in there. The thing is you have to get this plate up. Otherwise the little arm doesn't come out of there. Or at least it wouldn't for me. Maybe some distributors are different. But I don't know. But yeah. That thing's bent. Coming out the bleed hole. Right out the bleed hole. So yeah. This little plate right there. That's why I said you have to get this off. God, that plate is terrible. This thing badly needs a distributor, so I think I will get one. And yeah, we just ain't gonna have a choice on the matter. Actually, side to side she's good, but man, it just feels like too much to me. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a Buick, so first time I ever dealt with one. But I got her all back in there. Get her back in the car. So she's all back together. Points are checked. I really can't do nothing unless you put a dualmeter on it. It's close. Cleaned off all the contacts, got everything put in, put this back on. I know where I had it, so it's not a big deal. One thing I like to do is take a little bit of grease and put it on your cam here. Not a lot, just get it on there so there's a coat. Make sure all your connectors are clean, and then I'll take some grease and I'll put it right here too, because this will cause you problems if you have to bring it back out, because yeah, they suck. And then I'll put a little bit of oil or something here, like a cymbal lube. But all right, let me get this thing back in there and I'll get right back with you. Ready for all the arguments? There's the hose. See where it's going? Huh? It's right there. That's ported. Yes, that is ported vacuum. This is an original equipment carder that I replaced with it had the original one on it. Look over at manifold vacuum. There isn't one. Why? Because this is how these motors work. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that manifold vacuum doesn't work on other things. They do. This one, ported. That's how it works. I don't care if you don't like it. Buick manufacturer from the factory, just like that. And don't give me any of your the EPA made them do it this way. Not that bullshit. 1967, they didn't give a damn. Okay, that's the way it was made from the factory. So, shh. Alright, everything's hooked up. Set this right off the bat at, say, just put it at 11. Well, what happened? What'd you do? The starter just take the shit? That's just great. Starter went out. It was fine. It was fine. It's fine. Turns out, starter solenoid took a shit. Story of my life, everything goes wrong. If it can, it will go wrong. Luckily, O'Reilly's actually has the starter solenoids. And you know, they're not kind of like a Ford, the smart way, where you put it up here. That way you can get to it and work on it. No. It's the canister one that goes on the starter. He's changed them all the time. Didn't know they even still made them. But the starter's fine. It's the solenoid that ain't doing the click-clack thing. So, I guess we'll get the starter off this thing. Yay! Right? So, this is a remanufactured starter. This is what's bad. I'm gonna go get one of these and change it. First time in my life I've ever had to try to use 11/32 ratchet or wrench, which, by the way, neither one of them worked because these were so bad that they weren't coming off. So I got to remake wires. But rebuilt. Looks like it's done by a place. Excuse me. Shut up! So anyway, that's not good. So yeah, this starter's about had it. Luckily, I thought this was going to be the old school Buick style, where it has the 3 bolts that come in, and those are like running off the shelves nowhere. So I don't have a choice in the matter. I got to order another one. Matter of fact, I'll order 2. That way I can take one on the trip. This, yeah. Nope, we ain't putting that back. That gives me time to rewire everything, and I got things I can. So anyway, welcome back. Next day. Starter won't be until about 3:30 today, but it's coming. And I ordered 2, like I said. One will be today, one will be Tuesday, and that's fine. I just want one I can throw in the trunk for our trip. I don't trust fuel pumps. Sure as hell don't trust starters nowadays. So I'm gonna make sure with this trip I'm gonna have a bunch of extra stuff, plugs, you know, points, things like that, because I'm not gonna change. Well, I say that now. I'm not going to change it to anything but the points as long as it's okay. I may just buy an aftermarket distributor that's points. I want to take this trip the way it would have been done in 1967. Okay? So, what are we doing today? We need to get the wiring ready for the starter. I'm going to put extensions on it. I'm just going to mold them in, you know, burn them in, so to speak, and we're going to put them back on that starter, because if I have to take that off, there was no room at all. You had no leeway. The wires, they're too tight, okay? Why they would make them so tight? Maybe to save money, that much more damn copper? Why not? But we're gonna do it because I hate that. That drives me nuts. So, yes. Then, we're gonna go after the trunk and this hole in the hood and the hole back there. I also have shot juice on the master cylinder because we're going to go ahead and change it. It works, but I think it's leaking out the back, out that seal. I could possibly rebuild that one because that's kind of a rare bird right there. It's got the you know, it's got the bleeders on it. What a novel idea. But anyway, first thing we'll tackle is that wiring. We'll get that done. So here we go. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that in my other videos. If you haven't seen it, look at that. There's no bench bleeding at all. You do it right there. Why the frig wouldn't they do that? I've never seen that. That's awesome. So I started on this. Basically, this is the wire that goes down. This is your main power that powers to your ignition, your ignition system and all that stuff. Your switch has keyed power to everything. One is your starter switch, which would probably be this one, or no. I really don't know. I won't know until I get down there. I can't remember. I need to chase these wires. I'm pretty sure this one is, maybe this one is starter switch. This one is basically your 12 volts to coil. I have to trace it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know. I'll figure that out in a second. But yeah, all I'm doing is I'm extending these out so it ain't so hard to change the starter. It ain't hurting nothing by doing it. And I used, your regular shrink style, and then I put these over the top of it and I shrink it down. You can cut these in half and use them for little bits, but yeah, I shrink and then shrink again. I know there's other things out there. I don't have any, so I'm doing with what I got because it's getting expensive, for God's sakes. Anyway, let me get to these other ones. I'll put the ends on it, put a little extensions. One came right off. Get on there. Well, I thought it was on there. Yeehaw! Oh yeah, she was leaking bad. Oh. There we go. She was leaking real bad. You there? It was all coming right past them seal. Look at that nasty. Yeah. Okay, set this down out of the way. So there's what we got. It was blowing out the back of the plunger, out that seal, especially out of the rear reservoir, and it kept going empty. And look at that. That's all brand new, fresh brake fluid. So let's get that cleaned up, and I'll get the new one. Might as well rebuild this thing. Just a little. White, black. That is great. Good enough. Alright, first thing you want to do, make sure they're a matching pair, and they are. You can look in there in the plunger, everything looks the same, all the fittings are the same, I think. Won't know. Oh great, that one's, nope, that's right, it's right, good to go. The other thing I did, I took this out. This is the seal for the brake booster, and it is in like really good shape. So I cleaned it up. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more, and I'm just gonna take some wheel bearing grease or whatever, put it on that. So what happens is they'll start to rust and it'll start eating this. But so far this has only got a couple little spots that are just surface rust. So put a little grease on this and a little grease on that nipple there, for your foot pedal, and that should seal up nice. There ain't nothing there. That's all clean. So I thought I was going to have to replace that whole thing. Guess not. Okay. Let me let that dry just a little more, and we'll get to it. On and tight she is. All right, to the floor. Let off. To the floor. Okay, let off. One more time. Okay, now you gotta hold it to the floor, buddy. Leave it to the floor. To the floor. Let off. To the floor. Leave it there. Okay, let off. Push it. How's it feel? Good? Alright. Still a little bit of air in there, but not enough to worry about. Okay, hold up a second. While you're in there, and I got brake fluid everywhere. I hate doing it that way, but whatever. Well, get on there, you son of a... There we go. Yep. she's good to go. Got brakes and all. Of course, I'm gonna re-bleed them again because I'm sure there's a little bit, but God, I got it everywhere. My new paint, damn it. So the floors on this thing are spectacular. There's no rust whatsoever. I mean, there's some surface rust, but I can't find any holes. I haven't pulled up all the carpet because I don't want to. It's still in pretty decent shape, even though it's had 15 or 20 years of water through a windshield right in it. But this trunk it's gone. It's got patches in it. It's got rust holes. It's, you know, and they're getting worse. One thing I am going to do is I think I'm going to order a new seal. They ain't that much. Just put a new seal on it. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to back all this out, get all the rust, and see what I got left I need to do. Probably going to put a couple patches in like the major holes and then spray it with spray foam. I know that's not the greatest thing to do. It traps moisture in the metal and probably rust, but got a long trip. I don't need no water getting down in here with all of our crap and camera equipment and tools and, you know, whatever. Because I know Javi leaks like a sieve. The trunk just leaks. It needs a new seal. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get one and put one in here. And no, so let me get this backed out and we'll take a look-see, see what we got. Okay, yeah, we got to get something over that hole right there. That's a body mount, and it's actually still pretty stable. That's unbelievable. But this over here, this has got to be covered. We need to probably put some some styrofoam in there, and we'll get a little bit in there. And I know this ain't a good fix, but it ain't permanent. And there's a hole there. We'll get that covered, that covered. That we'll put metal over. I'll get a new seal, and then I'm gonna put some kind of carpet in here. Probably go to Rural King, get the same stuff I used as the carpet in that old boy right there. It's cheap, and I can cut it to fit. And the idea is fumes and things, you know, coming up and getting in while we're driving down the road. Other than that, we ain't gonna do much of a fix to it. So that's getting bad. I do have another deck lid, or trunk, or boot lid, as the English say. And God, look at that. They really did go and paint this thing completely. It wasn't just you know, a quick job, you know, somebody painted it. They actually tore her down and did it right, because I mean, you can still see the white coming out under it. They did, you know, leave it, but they did a good job of painting this thing. They didn't do a very good job of filling it though. That's like really is Bondo. Good clap, and that sucker's coming right out. May stick some glue under that. Anyway, all right, let's get to work on this hole. So she's all cleaned up, best as I could, dry. That's another thing, you want to make sure it's dry. And I have this roll flashing. I have a whole damn roll of it. I bought this actually for Artemis, but I went a different route. But for back here, I think this will be just fine. And I'm not going to put any self-tappers over here. It's all going to be in this area because the tank's right there. I don't know how close that is. I don't know how big the hole is underneath this piece of metal, and I don't want to know. So I'm leaving it. I ain't touching it. But before we do that, I need to get some spray foam in there, because some of this stuff I don't care about down here, but this up here has to stay dry. And that wheel well is going right in there. So we need to close that up as best we can, because I don't want water coming up with all the stuff that's going to be in here. Again, this is not the best way to do this, but it's the way we're doing it right now. So live with it. Plan here, slide this under this dude like so. Self-tapper. And all I got's the biggins. That sucks. Put one here. One there. One there. So it'll hold that down. Here. There. That's it. Good enough. Trunk sealed. Now let me show you what else I've been doing. So slowly but surely I've been knocking this dent out, getting this more level, and I think what I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna have to grab it with the vice grips, and I'm gonna have to heat this up, and I'll grab it with the vice grips and pull it tighter, because I'd like to fill this, because that sucker lets some air in and water, and that is not good. Not on this car, because you know everything's pretty good. Oh, I just noticed this one had a racing stripe on it. Well, okay. I didn't know they put racing stripes on white cars. I thought it was just the black and red. But I know this one was the white one. It's a regular GS340, but that's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna get a vice grips on this. I'm gonna get my torch over here and I'm gonna heat this up. And I'm just gonna take that and just kind of bend it back this way so it fills a lot of this hole. I don't think I'll be able to get any more of that dent out the way I'm doing it. I might try to hit her with my Dowmy. That's right, this is my Dowmy. And you know, let's see if we can't get this and fill this, and then we're gonna come up here and we're gonna work on this, and I have actual filler for it. So hopefully I can get this flattened just a hair, and it ain't gonna be pretty, but I'll put some filler on that and we'll sand her down. You know, I'll have to do it by hand. I don't have an orbital or anything like that. I don't have a DA. So see if we can't get that straightened out, because this is noisy and it lets water. I mean, it's like, woo, it's bad. So we'll work on that next while we're still waiting on the starter. How about them apples? You can see the lead that they put in there to get this right, how this goes in, but that's a lot better than it was. Now I can fill that with something. It won't be the greatest, but I can get it full, and we won't have the water leakage right there. So that worked good. I mean, there's still a lot that's folded under in there, but I can't do anything about that. So now I can take my hammer and just kind of form that, and we can fill it and sand her down. Ain't got to be perfect, boys. Just get her on the road and make sure it stays in the condition that it's in. Boom, shakalaka. A hardener and some stuff. I'm gonna get so much for this. Like, so much. That's gonna be tough to fill that hole. Who's a dumb? Me. First time, messed up big time. Part 2. Get the matting out that you specifically bought for this. No, the hole's too big. It will not hold. Now, I'll probably screw this up too. So, just so we know and we're clear, I'm going to this up also. There we go. So this is just for sealant. I don't care about looks, although if I could get it to look halfway decent, but keep its you know, oldness. Probably this is awful. It's just plain silly for me to even attempt this. But hey, we gotta fill the hole. Trying not to get any air holes, and it ain't working. Get it smooth, they say. Yeah. Nope. Let me see how good a job I did on this, which is terrible, because I don't know what I'm doing. I can build an engine, build a car blindfolded, but I've never tried this, so let's let that monstrosity cure, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Well, while I'm sitting here waiting for this to dry and cure, it's amazing how hot that stuff is. I had no idea. Again, first time. This is terrible, but you know, like I said, we're just gonna sand that down and give it like a little and be done. I just want the hole filled. That's all I cared about. So I got in here, took that back seat out. There are a few mousy mouse nests and stuff, but I'll be damned if there wasn't anything of value, which You know, usually the rear seat monster grabs something, but it didn't grab a damn thing. Didn't grab a damn thing. Look at that floor. Jeez. I wonder if I should take that back one out too. I bet the build sheet's behind there. It's either there or it's on top of the tank, and if it's on top of the tank, it's toast. But I don't think I will. Well, I think I will. Let's take out that back seat and see what it looks behind there. Well, no build sheet. Or if there was, she'd long gone. What is that? That's something. Whatever it is. Ooh. No, that's not a build sheet. My guess then is probably on top of the gas tank. Man, I'll bet it's gone. Now this, however, surprised me. Look how nice that is. I mean, dirty. How we doing? Getting there. Probably about another 10 minutes and I'll get a sander on that. I just want to get it smooth. That way I can put some black on it. I just wanted the hole covered. I'm no expert. Do not follow me. Go ahead and cuss at me and tell me how much I'm doing wrong. I just wanted it to fill the hole. Okay? I'm no pro at this. Maybe I can learn. That's why I haven't done the front one yet, because I'm learning from this one. Okay, look. I sanded it, and it's, I tell you what, it came out absolutely f***ing worse than I thought it would, because, again, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see I got all kinds of air bubbles in it. I did it completely wrong. But the hole was right there, and the hole is gone. That's the idea behind it, is I wanted the hole gone, and it wasn't supposed to look pretty, and it's not going to until I can get a little better at doing this stuff. I watch a lot of Pole Barn Garage, and no, I did not learn this off of him. I just kind of went on a whim, and it's terrible, but it's fine too. We're just gonna leave it the way it is. I'm gonna give her a little coat of some primer on that, and then I'm gonna give her just a black thing, just so it kind of blends it in, and I kind of got it with the sander on that metal, and I hit it right there too. Not much paint. Definitely was not done with a lot of primer, because there is nothing there. Yeah, we're just gonna have to live with that right there. I know, guys, it looks terrible. You can make fun of me all you want, but at least I'm being honest with you and telling you I have no freaking clue what I'm doing when it comes to that. But hole filled. Now I got to do that front part. Yay. Well, that's primed and ready for showroom quality finish. Nope. Garbage. And this one is equally as bad, which is good. I basically just got to sand this down. The hole's covered, and you can see it hardened on me on my last root. It freaking hardened. Well, this is a learning process for me. Maybe I should have tried it on a piece of metal first, but hey, what better way to do it than on a car that's already garbage, right? Right. Okay. This is the only sander I have, and it needs, I may have to change this. I don't even know what grit that is. I'm going to guess all of it. I need to find more sandpaper. So this was in my dad's stash. I don't have any idea. I just need some kind of sandpaper. 80. What was on here? Oh, that's some thick. It doesn't say. 80 grit, huh? Well, I'm gonna tell you something. For what it is, that ain't bad. Nope. It's It's awful. But hey, we're not here to make things pretty. Oh! Shit. Well, while we're waiting, this has turned out nice. Heck yeah. I already cut this off. I'm going to leave that like that. I just cut off the top. And I missed a spot, damn it. No, I'm not opening a whole can of that just for one little spot. And it's going to rust away anyway, I know. But now she's half sealed. Now I want to get some regular old paint. And I'm going to paint this sucker down. Maybe something that's pretty thick and to cover these. If I had, you know, if they had something that I could put down, I just can't because that fuel tank is right there and I don't want to screw anything down. So I just need to get something to cover this better and some kind of carpet. And that's going to be it. This thing's done. So anyway, I did use that 80 grit, which is ridiculous, and I got this down a little better. This is actually metal right there. That's where the dent is. But look, that's covering the hole good enough. I'm just gonna get, you know, spritz some old black stuff on it and be done. Same thing with this. Whenever this dries, I can sand that down a little, and I'll primer this, and I'll just do the same thing. I'll put some black on it all the way to like right there, and if I have to, I'll sand on it a little, make it look, you know, presentable. I don't care. This is just to block the water and the wind. That's it. All right. Aiden had to go to town. He stopped at O'Reilly's and picked that up for me. Brand new lifetime warranty starter. And now I got to figure out which line went to which is easy. You just hook up the main ones and then have somebody turn the switch like you're going to start it and figure out which one it is, because they were both the same size wire and I didn't look. I didn't mark it like a moron, but hey, easy fix. Well, she's back on the ground, got everything down. I did find that a torque converter cover, the inspection cover bolt, was stripped out, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's fine. Got all the wires nice and tucked up in there. I didn't use my my stuff there. It worked out to where I could just put it up there with a zip tie and it was perfect. And you can get the starter all the way to the ground. It's a starter, guys. There's millions of videos, and starters are no big deal. So I got everything off here and we're going to try to start this thing. It's been hard starting because there's no choke, so we'll have to see how that goes. I may try to find an electric conversion because this had that updraft heat from the exhaust and it was gone. So I got it wide open, no choke. Let's see if this thing will start. BS. What next? For some reason, maybe it's not getting fuel. Hell, I don't know. A little two-stroke oil here for water. Or two-stroke water? Two-stroke gas. Maybe it's not getting gas. I don't know. Well, that ain't no good. So, let's start from the beginning. Okay, now that we can get back to where we started before the starter decided to go out, I'm going to have Zeppy bump the engine over while I cover my finger over the #1 hole. We're going to see if we can get top dead center because something ain't right. So, alright, buddy, bump it. One more. Right there, don't move. Boy, that is right on, and it is not even close. We are way off. Alright, shut the key off. You got the key off, right? Yep. Alright. Try to turn her, Zeppy, see what she does. Let her go. think we're still off. Well, I don't know where it cut off, but I know I was pissed off, and you probably didn't want to hear what I had to say anyway, but let me tell you why this thing, I could not get it dialed in. I had just changed that fuel filter right down there, and I had just changed the one that goes right in there. Okay? That is this one. I just pulled this out, tried to blow through it. Nothing. That was blocking it. So I'm gonna hook, I put about 3 or 4 gallons in here. I'm gonna hook my electric pump to the end of this thing. Maybe do it from down there, but I think I'll do it from up here because maybe that'll suck any shit that's in the pump. But yeah, I got to do that now before I can go any further. So here we go. So it's safe to say I'm gonna need a new fuel tank. I hooked my electric pump up to there, trickled out. Took the hose off of the pump, blew backwards, heard the tank expand, let go, and then it just flowed like crazy. Shook the car up, and it went down to almost nothing again. There is so much garbage. That was a brand new filter. You can see what's left in there, and that should be coming through, but it won't. Great. Well, I'm getting no fuel now, so something's completely blocking it back there. I went ahead and put a new filter on it, and it would run good for a minute, and now it's back to doing the same old bullshit. Oh, I can't afford a fuel tank, so I may take that sucker down and just see what I can do. Damn it. I might have to take that carb completely apart and clean it. It's like one thing after another now. Now I got a month, you know, almost before we leave, and here I am. So I thought I'd do something smart, and that would be, you know, blow some air in the tank from the outside. Get it, maybe it'll blow some of that stuff through the line that keeps getting caught, because it literally keeps getting caught. It'll run for a while and then it'll die. So I was doing that, and in doing that I broke it. So let me show you something. I've done a redneck thing in my life, and I blew her up in the old hanger thing. Decided to break, and I was like, what? There ain't no way. And then this fell out the side. They had that on the top. That's that goes right with my 2x4 lift kit. So now, what do? I'm pretty sure I've got those. I do have a set of those. That came with the one for the ambulance right over there. I have a set. I guess I'll drop the damn tank. Maybe get a sending unit. But yeah, I was blowing air and it was bubbling the whole damn trunk. So the trunk is literally sitting right on it. That's perfect. Take her down. Come on now. What the frig? Oh, now what the hell? Son of a bitch. Unplug this so I don't step on it. You know, now it'll work. Drop it. Maybe. Maybe not. We caught? Yep. Why does this have vent lines and it wasn't venting? Ball. Yes, sir? Oh, damn it. There's the airline. Well, it's got a little bit of a bend to it. Oh, wow. Ant farm. well, those are plugged. That's okay. Yuck. Well, no build sheet either. Well, there's their fantastic job of, Jesus. What a redneck, never mind. Never mind. I'm getting closer and closer to realizing that I'm not the dumbest guy in the room. It feels good. Oh boy. Now can this be saved? I noticed something I want to show you. I dumped a little gas out. Watch this. Look how nasty this gas is. Oh. Yeah. Oh boy. Lucky thing, don't look like it's leaking anywhere, so I think I'll just reuse it. But good Lord. Hey, there's a name. There's something on it, a number or something there. But I think we can reuse it. I'll just have to clean her out. Need a new sending unit. For sure. Look at all the ants. What the hell? Okay. My God. That is disgusting. Hey, welcome back. It's a couple days later. It is hot as balls out here. I mean, humid hot. Second wave come through, and boy, it's just streaming. Off today. Some things happen with loads and whatever, and I just don't get one today, which is fine. I got a lot to do. A few things that I've done already. We left off. I was cleaning up that fuel tank right back there, and no. Had to order a new one. Had to find one that would work because this one didn't have the original tank in it to begin with. So I had to find something that kind of fit the bill. Did that. It's amazing what you can find running around on Jegs and different, you know, they have these packages and they say, oh, it takes this and it's this much. But then if you search out just the tank, it was cheap, like $125 cheap. So keep that in mind. Don't just go with their package, go single it all out. So, right down there is your fuel line. You can see it right there, tip of my finger. I got that all blown out and ready to go. I'll get a new hose on the back. That tank won't be in for another 2 days, I don't think. What we need to do is I'm gonna pull that carb plate, the top back off, because I guarantee you some crap got in there. This little filter right here is probably plugged again. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. And as far as my body work, you know, it's perfect. It matches the car, so that'll work. I'm just gonna spritz that over. I already did it to this one. Looks terrible. Great. Okay, I got her all back together, except I didn't tighten this for, you know, reasons I still got the filter here, and it may look clean. It is not. You cannot blow through it. Yeah, you can, but it shouldn't be that hard. So that's garbage. Again, there's the one I took off. That was bad. This one that I only ran for a little bit, it seems to be okay. Still ain't putting it back on there though. I don't want none of that crap. I've actually got a new fuel pump coming too. I ain't even gonna mess with it. I'm taking that thing off and we're putting a different one on it. That way I can get this line out of there, clean it, and all that stuff. But I think that stuff might be in, but you know, we don't have to go too crazy. Tank won't be in for a couple days. I guess we could run it off a tank. Yeah? Yeah? Boat tank? So one of the little things that I'm doing is I'm putting all new locks all the way around this car. Because I don't have a key. I didn't have an ignition key. I don't have door, trunk, anything. Had to drill this out. I've already got it out of there. It's right there. I had to drill it out. But the thing is, whenever you buy one of these kits, they'll come with everything you need, except when it's what I have, then you can't get what you need. So you have to use old parts plus new parts. So the new trunk, excuse me, lock comes with this. Well, That's all fine and dandy if it's a regular GMA body like a Chevelle or anything like that. But the Buick, of course, is different. Everything's the same. That thing right there is the difference. See? It's got a little concave to it. It's fine. I got a little bit of the drill on it whenever I did it, but it's fine. So we don't need that. Save it for something, a toothpick, I don't know. Anyway, he's in. Now, before you go tightening everything up, make sure everything's free. Oh yeah. Lock here. That goes up and locks. Boom. Let's try. Just like that. Heck yeah. These were designed, by the way, there's a lock, shut, but it will not allow you to lock it from the inside and shut it. You have to lock these from out here. You kids, I have to get used to having that thing upside down. That sucks. There's lock. Open, lock. You younger folk don't know what it's like to have to do this. But yeah, you lock it. Say you want to get out and you're going in the grocery store. You lock it and you shut it. It will not lock. It'll unlock itself. You have to physically use the key, a different key from the ignition, to lock the door. Got it? Okay. Well, that one went actually a lot easier, except for I broke the pin that goes on that right there on the door handle. But everything else is good. Got the rest of this carpet off. Took part of the door card, whatever, duct tape. They're already ruined, so. Well, now we just got to worry about the rest of the interior. I'll get that taken care of. I already checked, oiled everything up. It locks, opens. Do have a couple of aftermarket mirrors for this thing, because that one's garbage and this one's gone. So anyway, trunk, lock, door locks, all done. Now we just got to wait on that. I ain't really got all that much left to do. I will go through all the brakes, and once we get that fuel tank, we'll stick it up in there. I got a new fuel pump coming. I'm putting it on there. And by the way, I ordered 2. One's coming with my luck with fuel pumps, man. Yeah. We ain't letting one of them defeat us. And I'll have a clicky clack with me. I am a little freaked out about that carb though, because I don't know. Probably get another set of points. Probably put all new ignitions. That stuff there was all used. But I mean, if I get the tank in and it runs good, we're just gonna leave it. But anyway, project Buick GS340, we call Bonnie, headed to Tucson, Arizona, has begun, and we're about a half done. So let me know in the comments if there's something I missed I should check. I don't think there is. Just get the fuel system set up and get the electric. You know, the interior I'm just going to clean up. I already got stereo stuff because we got to have tunes. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take care of yourself. Until next time, Bonnie, we'll see you in Tucson.